I've been using these a lot of these for the last year. So these are the ones I've personally used for the longest. I've replaced a few of them. The white one on the left is the Nike Fuel Band, and they were one of about the second one out in the market a few years ago with a lot of fanfare. And Nike's a big company, but Nike has decided they don't want to get in the hardware market. They're going to stick with shoes and clothes. So while the Nike Fuel Band is still on the market, Nike themselves is actually telling you to like shift to just using your phone, and they're hinting that they're going to partner with Apple to do something. So they haven't said these are discontinued yet, but they're still $99, and just don't throw your money away to buy a Fuel Band unless you're given one or you want to get one used. I mean, it's a fine tracker, but it's one of the first casualties of competition, so be careful with that one. The blue one is the older FitBit. So inside the blue rubber band is a jelly bean-sized sensor. That's a battery and the lights and a little radio to communicate to a phone. And so you can get these, so all of these are about $40 to $50, $60. The red one is the Jawbone Up. So that's the big competitor. And that one has no screen. And it's more design focused, and it's meant to look good. It comes in colors. The one thing that's a little troublesome about the Up 24, I mean, it does sleep and it does steps and all that, is the silver part is this little cap you got to pull off, and then there's a jack you got to plug into an adapter, and then you lose the cap. And I had to rig up a little clip so I didn't lose the cap. But it's a fine device, and some people actually like that because it's a little spring-loaded bracelet that doesn't have a clasp on, so you can just sort of throw it on your wrist, and there's nothing to fuss with in terms of a peg or a buckle. And then the round one next to the far right is called the Misfit Shine, so that's the higher-end model of the red and gray one that I showed you. That's taking more of a jewelry approach. They partner with people like Victoria's Secret and to do a pink version, and Coca-Cola to do a red version. And then you tap on it twice, and it blinks the number of dots for your steps, and then it blinks the time at you as well in little dots. So those are still about $60, $70. And then the one on the far right is from Garmin, who's big on GPS running watches, but they're getting into tracking from what they do. And this is a pretty popular one called the Vivo Fit because the battery lasts a year. So if you figure you're not going to want to remember to mess with charging, or you're ready for a walk but the battery is dead on the charger, and then what are you going to do? You just pull this out of the box, turn it on, and it runs for a year. And I like this one actually. This is one of the first ones that actually has a red meter on the side next to the number that tells you how that you've been sitting too long. So it actually nags you a little. So you look at, oh, my red line is up. I need to stand up and move some more. And then also think about lifestyle. This is a thing you're gonna have with you all day long at work or at play. You're gonna sleep with it. It has to fit a lifestyle. So as I said earlier, I mean, there's the basic models out there now that come in different colors. If you're price conscious or just starting, because you don't know if it's going to work for you, so you don't want to spend a lot of money for something that maybe a newer device comes, or you're just not into the gadget. Then there are the health focused ones. So the Fitbit Charge HR is what I have there, and it actually has a heart rate sensor on the underside of it. So that's about $150 in that range for that model. And then if you're a gym rat or you do cycling, there's a bunch of models that actually hook up, and I use that heart rate strap when I run, that are a little more serious about getting the data, and it connects with gym equipment and treadmills and things. And then on the far right, if you're all about the fashion and you don't want to be caught with a gadget on your wrist and looking a little on the nerdy side, Misfit has partnered with jewelry designers. So you can pop out that little disc and put it in a necklace that's beautiful, made out of silver, and they have different designs there. And so aside from the device, as I said, you can access everything on your phone, but some of the more popular ones actually have a website. So not only will it synchronize with your phone app, you can actually go to the website and if they offer that and log in and see your monthly or weekly history on a big screen with a graph, and then you can connect with friends on social media. A lot of these give you badges. So I've been on Fitbit for a year, and so it said, Mike, congratulations, you've walked the distance of Italy today, and then I got the Africa badge, and so it cheers you on with the mileage. And then very interestingly, people like Mayo Clinic and others are now connecting to the web and app side of it and are going to increasingly offer more sophisticated tools if you want to get more serious about looking at your statistics. And you can export the data on some of them, get coaching. And then there's just a few accessories that I recommend. Some of the older ones like the Fitbit Flex and the Garmin VivoFit that I showed you. They have that band that is a little peg that locks into place. But actually, I lost a Fitbit Flex at the public library in DC. It snagged on my backpack and fell off. Came back a couple hours and it was gone. And that hurt. That was $90 at the time. So I got a replacement, and there's a company that sells a little $5 band that the piece of rubber band that holds the band together, so it won't get snagged and pop off. They should really include that, but that's kind of helpful. And then the older Fitbit, so the one in the middle, they for some reason never made a wristband for it. So a company has stepped up to make one for $12, so you can, if you want to have it on your wrist, you can buy the accessory from another company. And we're probably all in this predicament with gadgets that all need power from your USB port. And I live by these new USB power strips. It's a little box that plugs into the AC wall outlet, but on the other end, it has anywhere from 4 to 5 to 6 to 8 USB power adapters. It doesn't do data. It's only for power. And if you're traveling with family, you know what that can be like with everyone competing for outlets, and you don't want to carry a huge power bar with you anywhere you go. And so these are about $20 or $30, and I have a couple of them to charge different gadgets. So just some tips. Be sure to if you wear one of these, take it off once in a while, because you want to wash under it, rinse off the band, because you will get a rash if you wear it for a week straight. So think about hygiene and let your skin breathe. Most of them cannot be used for swimming or be submerged for scuba diving. So you can rinse them off. They're fine for the shower, or you get caught in a rainstorm, but don't submerge them for a long time. And I don't worry much about the screen, but there's a screen protector. You can cut a piece of tape or a screen protector and stick it on the front if you want. And obviously with the ones that have button batteries, have 1 or 2 extras on hand. So just a second about my story. I can't say that I've lost 76 pounds because of trackers, but in the last year, from a health scare, I got on the stick and moved to get healthy. And so I've gone, after years of no exercise and eating junk, I've completely cleaned up my life. And I went from walking to brisk walking to running. I've done a 5K. I'm ready for a 10K. And I've had my gadget trackers all along the way to cheer me. So I'm happy to be healthy and alive to be with you today.